Hello, everyone. My name is Gloria Rhodes. I'm the Outreach and Diversity Initiatives librarian. And this month, our December book talks will focus on books that will engage your child or your student or your family member to read along with you and really have a lot of fun with the story. So let's get started. Next slide. So this is something I found during my research on these stories, and it was from Parents Magazine, and it's 8 ways to make the most of story time. And I'm just going to read them off, but of course it will be in the slides so you can go back and look through them at your free time. So it's create an improvised reading nook. So that's just setting aside a space in the home. It could just be somewhere that you'll just have a pile of books. Always be the storyteller at bedtime, meaning you tell their stories or read or enact the stories. Some people do with their student or child. Be as dramatic as possible. You can also invite special guests, and that could be someone right in your home. If you're the primary storyteller, maybe you can get an older brother or a niece or an aunt or an uncle to sit in with you and help you with the story, especially if you're going to be dramatic. They could maybe do the voices or something like that. Reflect on the story. After you read it, kind of talk back to your child and say, well, what did you get from this? Or what do you think the message is? Connect stories with what's happening in real life. And there's no stronger way to engage your child with stories as to give them an example of how this is related in some way to what's happening in your life or someone you know. Keep lovingly worn books in rotation, which means, change up every now and then, surprise them with a book. And you don't have to spend a lot of money on books, or you don't have to spend any money. You can go to the public library, come to the university library. We have an excellent children's section at San Diego State University. You can get books from Goodwill stores. I purchased a lot of books from Goodwill stores, and there's all kinds of ways that you can create a home library and play a guessing game. I mean, you could start reading, and then before you get to the next page, ask your child, so what do you think is going to happen on this page? And they're always excited to kind of guess what the writer of the book is going to do next. So those are just some of the 8 ways to make most of story time. So let's get into our first book. And just like I've done with previous book talks, some of the books I will read front to cover. Some I'm just going to give a summary or synopsis of the book. Some I'll read and then that you finish the book at your leisure. So this is called There's Nothing to Do. It was written by Deb Petty and is illustrated by Mike Vogt. And the main character in the book is a little frog. So let's see what happens when There's Nothing to Do. And this story, I'm going to read the book to you. But of course, you can get this, a copy of this, and the pictures are wonderful. So I think your child will love following through with this book with you. So I don't know what to do today. And so this is a big adult frog talking to the child frog. So the child frog is saying, I don't know what to do today. The adult frog is saying, you can't think of anything? So, I can think of a lot of things, but I don't want to do any of them. Want to go for a swim? No, too wet. Play? Well, what am I going to play with? Well, what's the pig doing today? Probably something boring. Okay, then. Well, clean your room. I just did. I'll go see if my friends have any better ideas. Rabbit, what should we do today? Rabbit says, hop around in circles and then stare off into space like this. This is even less fun than it looks. Let's see what the cat, there's just nothing to do. Well, then you should lick between your toes for a while. If you know a better way to clean between your toes, I'd like to hear about it. Ew, don't want to do that. I don't know what to do. Do you have any ideas? Sure. First, find a spot and sleep until it's dark and wake up. And that's it. Who wants to spend the whole day sleeping? I do. Good night. Oh, let's follow the pig. Pig, I can't find anything to do. Have you tried sniffing around in the dirt? Why would I do that? If you have to ask, I can't explain it to you. Okay. Then Pig says, I know, let's take a look at my list. Pig's fantastic list of things to do when he doesn't know what to do. I build a model of Eiffel Tower. I hum for 3 hours without stopping once. I stare at the wall. I try not to think about squirrels or their fluffy tails. I'll wake up Owl and spin around until dizzy. Pig, I'm not sure this list qualifies as fantastic. So his mom, what's the matter? Well, the day is almost over and I didn't do anything. So mom says, why do you have to do anything? Just be. Watch the clouds go by. Think about stuff. Then put do nothing on your to-do list and check it off. Sometimes the best ideas come when you stop looking for them. Let's try it. Really? Take a deep breath. Empty your mind. Oh, it's empty. Be one with the universe. One with the universe. Check. Now wait. Waiting. I've got it. I have a great idea. Wonderful. Glad I could help. Sit with me for a minute. So, what did you do all day? Nothing. And you know what? It was great. I came up with the best idea of what to do tomorrow. You have to go to school tomorrow. Oh, I can't go to school. I've got nothing to do. So the title of this book was There's Nothing to Do, written by Deb Petty. Next. And for your activity, for this book, I want you to color the frog. And even though the frog is on your slide, feel free to color. There are brown frogs, there are black frogs, there are green frogs with brown in them. So color the frog, or you can use your imagination and color a pink frog. Just color the frog any color you like. Next story. The next story is The Very Busy Spider. The story was written by Eric Carle. Early one morning, the wind blew a spider across the field. A thin, silky thread trailed from her body. The spider landed on a fence post near a farmyard and began to spin a web with her silky thread. And the spider runs across the animal. Nah, said the horse. Want to go for a ride? The spider didn't answer. She was very busy spinning her web. Moo, moo, said the cow. Want to eat some grass? Spider didn't answer. She was very busy spinning her web. Bah, bah, bleated the sheep. Want to run in the meadow? The spider didn't answer. She was very busy spinning her web. Meh, meh, said the goat. Want to jump on the rocks? The spider didn't answer. She was very busy spinning her web. Oink, 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 grunted the pig. Want to roll in the mud? The spider didn't answer. She was very busy spinning her web. Woo, 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 barked the dog. Want to chase a cat? What do you think? The spider didn't answer. She was very busy spinning her web. Cried the cat. Want to take a nap? The spider didn't answer. She was very busy spinning her web. Quack, 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 called the duck. Want to go for a swim? The spider didn't answer. She had now finished her web. Cock-a-doodle-doo, crowed the rooster. Want to catch a pesky fly? And the spider caught the fly in her web, just like that. Woo-hoo, asked the owl. Who built this beautiful web? The spider didn't answer. She had fallen asleep. It had been a very, very busy day. The Very Busy Spider by Eric Carle. And you can see from the first two books, these are books that you can read, and then you can let your child read the books by themselves by looking at the pictures and then mimicking the noises that the different animals make in the book. And another real good book that I remember way back years ago when I was a child that I read was by the same author, the other book was The Very Hungry Caterpillar by Eric Carle. And you'll go through pages of what the caterpillar went through before he became, and I'm not going to tell you the end because you can read it with your child. So these are two very good books by the same author, The Very Busy Spider and The Very Hungry Caterpillar by Eric Carle. Next slide. So the activity for this is to have your child name the animals in the pictures that's on the slide, and then draw a picture of other animals from the story, The Very Busy Spider by Eric Carle. Or you can have them make noises for animals. You can point to the horse here or the pig and say, what noises do the horse or the pig make? And then you can have them draw the other animals or say what noises the other animals in the book. So very interactive activities this month for your child. The next book. We're Going on a Bear Hunt by Michael Rosen and Helen Oxenbory. I remember reading this to students when I was a children's librarian, when I worked at the public library, and they absolutely loved the book. So this is We're Going on a Bear Hunt, retold by Michael Rosen and illustrated by Helen Oxenbory. And illustrated means it's just a fancy word for the person who drew the pictures for the book. So let's get started on our bear hunt. We're going on a bear hunt. We're going to catch a big one. What a beautiful day. And you know what? We are not scared. Oh, grass, long wavy grass. We can't go over it. We can't go under it. Oh no, we've got to go through it. Swishy, swashy, swishy, swashy, swishy, swashy. We're going on a bear hunt. We're going to catch a big one. What a beautiful day. And we're not scared. Uh-oh, a river, a deep, cold river. We can't go over it. We can't go under it. Oh no, we've got to go through it. Splash, 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 splash. We're going on a bear hunt. We're going to catch a big one. What a beautiful day. We're not scared. Uh-oh, mud, thick, oozy mud. Guess what? We can't go over it. We can't go it. Oh no, we've got to through it. Squelch, 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 squelch. We're going on a bear hunt. We're going to catch a big one. What a beautiful day. We're not scared. Oh, a forest, a big, dark forest. We can't go over it. We can't go under it. Oh no, we've got to go through it. Stumble, trip, stumble, trip, stumble, trip. We're going on a bear hunt. We're going to catch a big one. What a beautiful day. We're not scared. Oh, a snowstorm, a swirling, whirling snowstorm. We can't go over it. We can't go under it. Oh no, we've got to go through it. Woo, 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 cold. We're going on a bear hunt. We're going to catch a big one. What a beautiful day. We're not scared. Uh-oh, a cave, a narrow, gloomy cave. We can't go over it, go under it. Oh no, we've got to go through it. Tiptoe, tiptoe. What's that? One shiny wet nose, two big furry ears, two big googly eyes. It's a bear. Quick, back through the cave. Tiptoe, back through the snowstorm. Woo, woo, woo. Back through the forest. Stumble, trip, stumble, trip, stumble, trip. Back through the mud. Squelch, squirt, squelch, squirt. Back through the river. Split, splash, split, splash, split, splash. Back through the grass. Swishy, swashy, swishy, swashy. Get to our front door. Open the door. Up the stairs. Oh no, we forgot to shut the door. Back downstairs. Shut the door. Back down. Back upstairs. Into the bedroom. Into the bed. Under the covers. We're not going on a bear hunt again. So this is a lot of fun to read. We're going on a bear hunt, retold by Michael Rosen. Next slide. So ready for some fun? Come along. Take a walk around your house and outside of your house and go on your own bear hunt and then see what happens. And then I'm pretty sure at the end of the evening, you're going to end up like the family here and get in your warm covers. We're going on a bear hunt. Next story. So the next story is called Little Black Girl or the Things You Can Do. And this one, I'm going to read a poem from the book, and then I'm going to let you read. And this is just to let people know, let girls and boys, because the next title is Little Black Boy, that is in part of this slide. So Little Black Girl or the Things You Can Do by Kirby Howell Batiste. So Little black girl, oh, the things you can do. Anyone mention the world's open for you? A mechanic, an actor, a cleaner, a chef, a sign language interpreter who works with the deaf. Do what you want. The world's a blank slate. And remember that love will always destroy hate. You can travel the world or stay close to home. The world is your oyster to wander and roam. Our future is vast. You'll shatter the ceiling. Bring others with you to share the great feeling. So throughout this book, on all the pages, and you can read with your child about all the things that they can do in the world. And this is a great interactive book. This is a great book to reinforce positivity in your child. And the illustrations are just beautiful, breathtaking. And I'm sure that you can read it to your boy, your girl, one in your family, and they will enjoy the story. Next book, slide. And for our activity here, you can read the poem below to get started. And it's, you have sparks in your brain and fire in your heart. You can decide where to stop and where to start. You were born unique. None of us are the same. Your only job, make them remember your name. Isn't that sweet? That's a wonderful poem. I think if I had a young, I'd probably write this and put it up in their room or in the mirror or somewhere that they can read this, or I can read that to them. Next slide. And again, by the same author and a co-author, Larry C. Fields III, is Little Black Boy. Next slide. And it starts, little black boy, or the things you will do. Has anyone mentioned the world's open to you? And you can start a conversation about what do you think about, where do you want to be when you grow up? What do you want to do today? What do you want to do tonight? What do you want to do tomorrow? And just get the conversation going from this story once you read it, and then say, well, the little boy in the book wants to do this, or he can do that. Have you ever what you want to do when you grow up, or what you want to do today? Okay. Next slide. Our next slide, the next book is Red and Lulu by Matt Tavares. And in the story, you can see the buildings, and you'll see two birds flying, and you see a Christmas tree. So this was this is our Christmas story for our book talk this month. Red and Lulu by Matt Tavares. In the front yard of a little house, on the branches of a mighty evergreen, and an evergreen is a tree, there lived a happy pair of cardinals. And the cardinals are these things flying around here, these birds. Red and Lulu. Red and Lulu were happy in their tree. Their nests were safe, always safe in its branches. Its shade kept them cool on hot summer days, and its evergreen needles kept them cozy when autumn winds howled. It was the perfect place to live all year long. But their favorite time of the year, by far, was winter. The family would decorate the tree with lights, and sometimes people would gather near and sing, "Oh, Christmas tree, thy leaves are so unchanging." Red and Lulu loved listening to the people about their tree. Sometimes they even sang along. One chilly, just as the cold months were starting again, Red went out to find some breakfast. Lulu stayed behind, tucked his of tree. And when you have this book in your hand, you're going to see what is happening here. And I'm not going to tell you, but you'll find out at the end. When Red returned, he could not believe what he saw. Their tree had been moved. It was on its side, strapped to the back of a big truck. Red could hear the sweet sound of Lulu's song coming from inside the tree. And then the truck drove away. So what do you think happened to the tree? Let's see. Red chirped, frantically telling Lulu to stay right where she was, telling her that he would be right there. You'll see how Red is flying around and Lulu is in the tree on the back of the truck, going down the freeway. Red flew as hard as he could for as long as he could, but the truck was just too fast. Before long, Red lost sight of the tree. Still, he kept flying, trying to catch up. Soon he found himself in a strange place, unlike any place he had ever seen. For days, he searched everywhere. He was tired and hungry, and he wondered if he would ever see Lulu again. The snow reminded him of Lulu. He missed her so much. He could almost hear the song they loved. Oh, Christmas tree, thy leaves are so unchanging. Wait, he could hear the song they loved. Red flew towards the sound. The voices grew louder and louder, and then he turned the corner. Red chirped with glee and soared over the singing crowd. He flew right for their favorite branch. Lulu! Red and Lulu were happy in their tree and watched with pride as hundreds of thousands of people marveled at its beauty. But then one workers came, took their tree away again. This time, Red and Lulu stayed. They found a new place to make a home in a park surrounded by trees and grass and lots of friends. Now, every year when the air turns cold, Red and Lulu take a special trip. And when the crowd comes to sing, they sit together, snuggled close on a snowy branch and listen. Oh, Christmas tree, thy leaves are so unchanging. Sometimes they even sing along. And so for the adults, you can talk to your child about the Rockefeller Center Christmas tree and tell them all about what happens there. And this is the story of Red and Lulu by Matt Tavares. Next slide. And your activity is to color and decorate the Christmas tree. And you can also have a Hanukkah celebration or a Kwanzaa celebration, or whatever that you celebrate in your home. You can create a time to color or a time to decorate or a time to just get together and just talk about the holidays. Next slide. Happy reading, everyone. It's been great to bring these stories to you for the month of December. Again, my name is Gloria Rhodes. I am the Outreach and Diversity Initiatives Librarian at San Diego State University, and happy to come to you partnering with our Women's Resource Center and Parenting Program at San Diego State University. Happy holidays.